What is going on, guys? This is Reaper Fear bringing you part 4 of my Tenchu Z Crawlthrough. And before the video gets underway, I'd just like to say leave a like rating, because leaving a like means you're a cool person, and you want to be a cool person, don't you? But anyways, today I want to talk a little bit about the next console generation, because I think it is a very relevant topic, especially in this next coming month or two, because of all the releases that are coming out. And when I first heard about, I watched E3 and everything, and I watched the Xbox reveal, and I have to say it left me with a sour taste in my mouth, because, they had all these things that, they just didn't sound good, like the DRM, they're always required to be online thing, all sorts of stuff like that. And so, I was initially thinking, well, the Xbox is going to be $100 more. There's going to be a revamp to the PlayStation Network called the PlayStation Plus Network. And so, all of these things just sounded way more attractive to me about the PlayStation. And then I was thinking about it, and I was reading a lot of articles about it, and I was realizing that the next generation of consoles is going to be so much more family-based that gaming is going to be kind of left in the dust, and that's, as a big gamer myself, that's a little disheartening. Give me 1 second. Gotta love that tasty water. But, anyways, it's always interesting to see how the next generation is going to affect what gaming is like. And I think this next generation of consoles isn't going to necessarily enhance gaming. I think it actually may hinder gaming a little bit, because of all of the new features that are going to be included in the Xbox One and the PS4. And there's things like where it sounds like they want the Xbox One and PS4 to be like a cable box almost. And so it's going to be very family oriented, that you want to watch TV through your Xbox, you want to watch TV through your PS4, and all that sort of thing. And I think that's really going to take away from the fact that a lot of gaming is done by, when they publish games and they market for them, they market for a 30-year-old man, okay? For like Call of Duty, they market for 30-year-old, because at 30-year-old you're supposed to be stable, have a relationship, job, house, car, whatever, and you're supposed to be able to be doing these things and enjoy gaming at the same time. And so that's what they market for. They do not market for little Jimmy and little Nancy who want to go play Gears of War so they can spill internal organs all over the floor, because that's just not how it works. But I think getting more family-oriented is going to help improve Microsoft as a community for looking better, but I don't think it'll do well in the eyes of gamers. And I myself have been considering taking the blow to the bank and building a gaming PC, because PC gaming is still gaming, and the rest of the PC is the rest of the PC. There's always going to be the internet and everything else that you can do on a PC, but there is a specific gaming world part of it, and I think that part is the part that I want to be a part of, instead of being sucked up into the next generation console, and sucked up into the next generation consoles and being spit out and rolled aside for the people who have 2.5 kids, a white picket fence, and 2 cars, because I'm not going to be a part of that for a long time. And I think that, especially with everything that they're doing right now, that it's going to be a long time before the Xbox One is integrated into what they hope is every household, because not only are they having several high premier releases before the Xbox One comes out, Call of Duty Ghosts, Madden 25, and then Grand Theft Auto 5, all of which sound good. I'm probably going to be only getting Grand Theft Auto 5 and Madden 25, because I have given up on Call of Duty for the current moment. So, anyways, all these releases, you add those up, that's $180, stacked up on the fact that you'd have to rebuy them for the Xbox One, because it comes out after all of those, and then you'd have to buy the console. You're looking at roughly, that's $360 plus $500. You're looking at $860 if you want to have them both on the Xbox 360 and the console, or Xbox 360 and the Xbox One, excuse me. So I don't think the next generation will do terribly well right away anyways, because, I mean, it is a low economy right now. Not a lot of people have $400 or $500 to spring on a new console for little Timmy or little Nancy. So I mean, overall, I don't think this next console generation will do terribly well at all. I mean, it'll definitely go far for the hardcore gamers, because, I mean, the people that make their living off YouTube, and other people that do well because they're able to purchase these things and they want to be the know-it-all, or they want to be the bank of information that people go to talk about these things. But anyways, I think it's about time for a new console generation, and so I will not be purchasing an Xbox One or PS4 probably for a couple of years or so, because the Xbox Live Network will still be up for the Xbox 360, because probably the sales for the Xbox One right away are going to be very low considering it's a new console generation. And you can look back, and the Xbox 360 sold relatively well, but that's because they put it out, they sold it at the right time. I mean, it was like, I think it was like the middle of the year, going into the new game season, and everything was coming out for the Xbox 360, and that's when you want to sell a new console. You want to, the big summer lull of games, there's literally nothing that comes out in the summer. It all comes out in early after Christmas, because those games don't want to compete with the money gluttons, and the games that come out pre-Christmas, because all the kids want them for Christmas. And you want to release the new console in the summertime with a couple of games to get you through the summer, and then get into the winter season when all of the new games are coming out for this new console, and you make a ton of revenue off that. And so I think this next console generation will really suffer in that regard, because they weren't smart about when they were releasing this console. And so, I mean, there's not a lot more I can say about it, but it's a little difficult to... I mean, I really respect Microsoft and Sony for being so, I mean, forthright with everything that they're planning on doing. And I myself, I was so disappointed in the press release for the Xbox One, because I love Xbox 360. I mean, everyone that plays this PlayStation Network, I mean, they always have complaints or things like that. And I've known a few people who've owned PS3s, and not many have had terribly great things to say. And I myself am an Xbox fan primarily because of Xbox Live, which is a subscription fee, which means a lot more security, because they have money to spend on their security, unlike Sony for now. But Sony is getting the PlayStation Plus network, which you pay, I think, $5 a month for. And I think that will work really well because of their security issues, and if they have all these people subscribing to them, then they'll be able to beef up their security. And the big reason I like Xbox more is because of their controller. I mean, I love the sturdiness their controller has. I mean, I have had 3 controllers. I mean, they're a little... their sticks, I've noticed, are a little cheap sometimes. They get stuck or after a long time of use, but I guess that's to be expected. And so, I mean, all these things really contributed in what I wanted to purchase more. And I sit back, and Microsoft hasn't sold me the PS1, and Sony has not sold me the PS4. And so, while they haven't sold me this, I think they haven't sold it to a lot of people. And I think their sales will show that. And so they'll get to their profit margin won't be as high. I think in the end, the Microsoft and the Xbox One and Sony and the PS4, they will do well, but I don't think right off. They haven't sold it to me, they haven't sold it to a lot of people, and so I think they have a long way to go. Alright, it looks like I'm out of time, so remember to leave a like rating and comment on what you think the next console generation is going to be like and what you're looking forward to most. And I hope you guys liked it and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Alright, Reaper of Fear, peace out.